Yo, how's it going, everybody? JP here, and welcome to day number 8 in my second annual 31 Days of Horror. 31 horror movies I will watch and review in 31 days, all in October, and we're currently on day 8. The film that I'm going to be reviewing today is sticking with the Child's Play series, which is kind of changed its name from Child's Play to something of Chucky, because you got Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and Curse of Chucky, so they're no longer Child's Play films, they're of Chucky's. And, we're on Bride of Chucky from the year 1998 with a tagline of, "This time, there's more to fear." I almost forgot that one. Um, but anyway, I really like the opening to this one, much like the opening to part 2, and three's opening is kind of cool. They kind of do decent openings in the Child's Play series, I guess. We have a security guard walking through a warehouse where there is evidence. It's kind of like an evidence locker type thing, and we have what is supposed to be the hockey mask from Friday the 13th, and the chainsaw from the Leatherface films, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Freddy glove, the Myers mask, and there's just a bunch of cool stuff like that, which is definitely a good nod to the other horror icons, and it kind of just shows Chucky's iconic status, where he can fit in right next to all those other icons. And the guy is basically taking a bag from the evidence place. Then he ends up meeting some woman who he talks to on the phone, who is paying him to retrieve the bag. Upon getting the bag off of the man, the woman, kills the man and takes the bag home. And inside the bag is the cut-up Chucky from Part 3, how he met his demise in Part 3. He was all chopped into bits and pieces, and she was able to get the doll, sew it back together. That's why Chucky now has the stitches in his face, do a little voodoo chant, and she's reading a voodoo book for dummies, and that's the type of humor we got into in the Child's Play series. And I'm really not a big fan of it, but as its own thing, I guess it kind of works. It's just I want it to be the other way. I liked the Child's Play series the way they were before Bride of Chucky, and Bride of Chucky really isn't that bad of a movie. It's just that I miss the way it was, I guess. So that makes me like it a little bit less. Um, and anyway, she does the voodoo chant, brings Chucky back. Chucky, and we find out that this woman, played by Jennifer Tilly, is Chucky's girlfriend from when he was, a human. I believe they say it's like 10 years ago or something in the film. And he and she missed him, and was in love with him, resurrected him, and now she thinks everything's going to be awesome and they're going to get married and stuff, because she believes that he left her a ring, was going to propose to her, but that wasn't the case. He actually stole the ring off of somebody he killed the night he got shot. So she's a little bit upset. She locks him in a little crib, and he escapes, kills her, transfers her body into a bride type doll. Then we have them, figuring out that they need to get the heart of Damballa, which was on Chucky when he died. I don't know why they didn't bring this. Obviously, the heart of Damballa or whatever is a new plot point that didn't exist in the previous sequels. So it's like, I hate when they do that in movies, but then if you kind of think about it, but they didn't explain it this way. Chucky has failed transferring his soul into Andy before because he turned too human. They could have explained it away and said that it wasn't because he wasn't human, it's because he didn't have the heart of Damballa or whatever, the amulet. They didn't do that, though. Unless I'm missing something, I think that this is just a reason to get the characters to go to where they need to go, to make the movie go longer. There's actually a word for that in filmmaking, but I forget it. So, yeah. So they hire these two teenage lovebirds to, they secretly hire them to take them to New Jersey, which is weird that Chucky's body is in New Jersey, because I thought it was in Chicago, but I don't know. Um, so yeah, they might have explained it in the film. I just might have missed it. But one thing that bugs the hell out of me about this film is once again Child's Play not following up on characters. Where the hell is Andy? Why do we not hear one damn word about Andy? Why? Why can they not just throw a little, a bone to us horror fans? Like, where the fuck is Andy? I want to know. We went 3 films with Andy, and you're just gonna leave us hanging like, oh, what about Andy? Never mind. Stuff like that just annoys me. So yeah, this film, that's basically the plot. They have to get back to his body to get his amulet, and they end up dragging these teenagers along the way, and man, I don't like the teenagers. For one, they don't look like teenagers, and two, they're just not likable, and you could care less about them, and they just seem like they're in the way. Um, Another thing that I think is like a problem is Chucky is fully like the main character now. Um, there's a lot of dialogue scenes with him and Tiffany, and they bicker a lot, and it just kind of takes the violent nature of the character away. It takes the hardcore nature of the character away. It makes Chucky less of a badass and less of a threat. And I I just don't like it. You know, but the movie as a comedy horror, it's all right. It's kind of funny. There, Chucky fucking cracks you up when he starts, spitting out his lines and stuff. There's a scene where a sex scene between the dolls, and it's just like, ugh, come on. It's funny, but it's like, is this seriously a horror movie? Um, when you film like, how could you even film that scene? Like, it would just be awkward. Um, but Ronnie Yu, or whatever his name is, actually directed this film, from Freddy vs. Jason. Uh, and it's just a weird scene. I don't like how the characters it seems there's a point in the film where the way that the other people, the teenagers who don't look like teenagers at all, this is definitely a post-Scream film, even with the nods to the other horror villains at the beginning, you could definitely tell this is like a post-Scream film, and, the way that the teenagers look nothing like teenagers, and, you know, um, yeah, so, oh, also, I kind of think the music really fits in this late 90s film. I like it. But the way that the characters end up getting the upper hand against Chucky and Tiffany, I don't like it. It's too simple. It's just, their own arrogance and their own, selfishness kind of does them in. And it almost seems like a lesson learned type thing, and I just don't like the way the film, uh, the climax happens and stuff. It's just, I just think it could have been done. It just seems too easy. Like, it's so, old, like that, where the villains, faults kind of do them in. I don't like it. But anyway, this review is getting pretty long here on Bride of Chucky. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I mean, I don't mind Jennifer Tilly as much as everybody else does. I hate them both. Both the characters much more in Seed of Chucky, but we'll get to that in the next review. So, I'm gonna go watch Seed of Chucky right now. I'm really not looking forward to it, but Bride of Chucky, I would rate this film a 6.5 out of 10. It's not too bad for a horror comedy, but it just is not Child's Play to me. And I like it less after watching Seed of Chucky because they're so similar. So if Seed of Chucky never came out, I might like Bride a little bit more. So see you guys tomorrow, and peace.